Chapter 294, You Want Me to Bring a Huang Along? 2. At the same time, it was also a mistake in our work. In order to express our apologies, I took an extra gift to express my apologies. Luo Shifeng frowned slightly, but he did not make a decision. Instead, he took a step back and left the decision-making to Zhu Tui. After all, the extra apology was for Zhu Tui. Zhu Tui suddenly smiled as he looked at the sincere-looking Professor Kayama. Mr. Kayama, I appreciate your kindness. I'll only take what I should take. In the future, please control your students. After saying that, Zhu Tui stepped onto the repulsive force-flying car without looking back. Luo Shifeng was stunned. Kayama wanted to give it to Luo Shifeng, but he was directly rejected by Luo Shifeng. A few minutes later, the luxurious official repulsive force-flying car, escorted by 2 escort flying cars, flew in the direction of the Wuxia sector. At the entrance of the hotel, Professor Kayama frowned as he watched Zhu Tui and Luo Shifeng leave. It looks like the information is wrong. Zhu Tui is not as greedy as the information says. It looks like it's impossible for us to obtain detailed information about the passive genetic ability chain from Zhu Tui, Kayama muttered. Teacher, the Wuxia sector has already begun large-scale reaction speed enhancement training in the extraterrestrial. Could it be that we can only wait for the Wuxia sector to complete the so-called large-scale replication test before we can obtain the method to activate it? A teacher said anxiously. That's all we can do for now. Kayama sighed softly. We'll continue with the large-scale experiment based on the available information for now. Then, think of other ways to see if the other departments have any gains. On the repulsive force-flying car, Luo Shifeng immediately pulled Zhu Tui and Feng Qian into a group chat as soon as they set off. After all, the driver was there, and it was a repulsive force-flying car provided by the Yamato sector. It was not convenient to talk about some things. How is it? Does your heart ache? I estimate that there are at least 400,000 in that card. Luo Shifeng was the first to speak. Zhu Tui immediately put on a pained expression. Mr. Luo, didn't you help me get it? T-esque, you're just trying to gain some fame. You want me to take that hot potato? Dream on. Sigh, I was just planning to use half of that money to buy you a wedding gift if you help me get that extra card. Luo Shifeng blinked. I see. Then I'll call the driver back. You can ask for it from Professor Kayama. It's more like you want it. Upon hearing this, Luo Shifeng sent a bunch of smiley faces in the group chat. I suddenly realized that Zhu Tui has the potential to be a best actor. I was looking at him from behind just now. He left so resolutely and decisively. You don't seem to care about that card. I thought you were really. I didn't expect your heart to ache so much. Feng Qian said. In the group chat, Zhu Tui and Luo Shifeng sent out a series of laughing emojis at the same time. Feng Qian was a little confused and did not know what was going on. You can't use bad money. There were some bottom lines that he had to keep. Zhu Tui and Luo Shifeng returned to the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College at 9:30 in the morning. Zhu Tui went straight to the library to read the various ancient books and e-books that Bian Yuan had given him yesterday. Luo Shifeng, who had crushed Feng Qian overnight, went straight to the office to catch up on his sleep. Feng Qian seemed to have gone shopping with the money that Luo Shifeng had given her. In the afternoon, Zhu Tui received a call from Zhong Ziking. Zhong Ziking had already helped Zhu Tui look for the repulsive force flying car and the repulsive force skateboard. Coincidentally, the few potential targets were similar to the ones chosen by Huang. The repulsive force flying car was actually very easy to choose. It was just that the basic functions had to be complete. For example, the high-strength fully bulletproof body of the car and the multi-spectrum paint of the holographic camouflage electronics. Of course, the most important thing was that the repulsive force engine had to be the best. After these foundations were done, he would slowly modify them in the future. In the end, Zhu Tui chose a basic model. It was only slightly better than Zhong Zi's beggar model. However, their performance was worlds apart. Zhong Ziqiang's beggar model only had a maximum speed of 650 km per hour. However, Zhu Tui's Iron Flag repulsive force flying car could travel 1000 km per hour at full speed. Under overload, the maximum speed could reach 1,200 kilometers per hour, but this speed could only be maintained for half an hour. The entire repulsive force flying car was streamlined like a fighter jet. It is a three-seater. The space for the third person in the back row was a little tight, but the storage space was also large enough. It was a repulsive force flying car that was suitable for the wilderness. The price was also very beautiful. The basic model cost more than 3 million. Then, Zhu Tui gave a Huang 1 million yuans to make some necessary functional modifications. It was not luxurious, it was mainly practical. Zhang Ziking was in charge of handling the procedures for Zhu Tui. It saved him a lot of trouble. Zhu Tui had spent a lot of effort on the repulsive force flying skateboard. One of them was a high-power repulsive force flying skateboard with long battery life, while the other was a miniature repulsive force flying skateboard. Miniature meant that it could only last for 2 hours. However, the benefits were that it was only half the size of a backpack when folded. It could be carried on the shoulder for ease of carrying. And the price was good, considering its practicality. Zhu Tui finally chose the miniature repulsive force flying skateboard. He also bought an extra super battery as a backup. Zhu Tui spent 1.3 million yuans. In just half a day, he had spent more than 5 million.